Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. Today I'm checking out a beer that has been aging for 3 years because today happens to be my birthday, so I figured I would celebrate with this Harpoon Leviathan 2010 vintage of their barley wine style ale. This was released in 2010 and I'm checking it out in 2013. The ABV on this is 10.0%. I was checking out some reviews on Rate Beer and Beer Advocate, and it got pretty reasonable reviews back in 2010 when it first came out, but almost all the people I read said, let it age for a while. I wonder how it'll taste a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. Well, I'm going to have the opportunity to try it 3 years from when it was first released, because barley wines have a tendency to be able to cellar well, and will mellow with age, and will still also maintain their own kind of characteristics no matter even a few years later on. So I'm going to get right into this, celebrating myself. Happy birthday to myself, and I'm going to check it out. And my goodness, I'm getting a bit of a carbonated smoke right off the bat, so that's a good sign. Let's give it a pour and see what we have here into this small wine glass. Ah, yes. Seems to be pouring nicely. Nothing really unusual looking about it. Pouring nicely. Nice head forming. There we go. Alright. So let's take a look at this. It's a handsome looking barley wine, I must say. It still has reasonable good clarity. Getting sort of a copper reddish amber tone. And more of a copper amber. Maybe a hint of reddish when held to the light just right. And a good full carbonated head. So it hasn't lost its carbonation after 3 years. That's a good thing. Let's check out the aroma. Well, very interesting. I mean, there's definitely a toffee or caramel malt forward aroma on the nose. Very sweet and almost kind of like an apple maybe, or something fruity, really. So the malts are not quite as sweet as you might get in a typical barley wine, really in-your-face malts. But they're there in a subtle sort of way, and there's a really interesting fruitiness going on. I mean, pear, apple maybe. That's kind of what I'm getting. Not really a berry type of fruit, but more of a meaty type of fruit. Like the pear or an apple. It's very nice though, very nice. Okay, let's check out this taste. 10% ABV, and I am getting a hint of the booze still, but I don't think it's quite as pungent as it could have been. The body on this is very medium. And let me try that again. The body is medium to bold. That might be a better description. And the flavor, it definitely has a bitterness in there that's difficult to define. Almost, kind of an alcohol booziness in the flavor, but it's not. Doesn't put me off in any way. But I'm almost remembering this is a 10.0% ABV, and even 3 years later, it still probably has a little bit of a punch to it, I would think. But it's drinking very well. It's mellow though at the same time. That may seem kind of contradictory, but I'm getting kind of a good fruity malt forward flavor, a nice bitter bite, sort of an alcohol bite there in the backdrop, but they blend together in such a nice way as to balance each other very well. For sure. Serving this around 50 degrees, I would say, in that ballpark. Color's still good. I mean, I'm not seeing any kind of, anything really. I don't see anything in the way of sedimentation. Nothing that looks like the color's off. I mean, it's aged very well. It's really aged well. Quite a likable barley wine. There might be kind of a wooden sensation or something. Can't quite get it. you know, medium to bold body, but you know, maybe there's a maybe there's this you know, instead of the alcohol, it might be just a sort of a floral hop character around the background. That might be a better definition. I mean, this really has a lot of character. That's why I'm going all over the place talking about it, because it really has a lot of interesting characteristics. You get a sweet, malty, upfront flavor and nose. You get a nice sort of pear and apple characteristic thrown in there as well to give it a fruity feel. It's a medium, comfortable, easy to drink, easy body. It's easy to drink. It's got just a lot of vibrant flavor. I mean, it's really done well. I'm actually quite impressed. This again is 3 years old, but it, you know, I bet it, you know, if I didn't tell anyone that, they might just think it's a nice, strong, you know, a strong ale of some kind. They might like, you know, like an old ale or a strong ale. It might just come across, someone might say, oh, is that an old ale or a strong ale? I'll say, no, it's a 3-year-old barley wine. So, I mean, it just really has a nice feel to it, nice flavor, nice look. It's really done well. So, cheerio. Happy birthday to me. So, thanks for stopping by. That again is Harpoon Leviathan, their barley wine ale, 2010 vintage. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.